Okay guys, so don't mind the hair, it is a bit crazy, but we're just going to roll with it anyway. So in this video, it's just going to be a raw one, and I'm going to talk about why you need to be delusional, or basically delusional, to become a successful trader. And I'm not saying you should suddenly think, okay, I'm going to be a millionaire next week, I'm going to make this much money. That is not the type of mindset you need to have. You need to have the mindset against the 99% of traders that are losing money. So firstly, we need to identify what the losing traders are thinking and then do the complete opposite. I guess you could do the same with technicals too. If you know someone that is a losing trader and they're consistently losing on their trades, you could literally reverse trade their losing trades and make profit. That technically could be a good investment, and it could be a good test, and maybe something I do on my main channel. I think that would be quite interesting. But we're looking more into the mindset, because if you want to be delusional, you have to obviously think like you are already a good trader. And the way to actually think you're already a good trader is to not think like you are a losing trader. And I'm not saying, okay, just think this trade's going to win, this trade's going to win. That's not really the way to do it. So I'm going to base it off of my experience when I was actually learning to trade. And majority of people watching this video, people that they're friends with or they're in their network or their social groups that aren't into trading, will tell them that they're wasting money or it's not a good business to get into, it's too risky, and they're basically convinced that trading isn't a viable way of making money. So it is going to be quite obvious that they don't have a lot of hope that they can be a successful trader. And this is obviously fueled by the people that they know. So let's say you're friends with me and you're getting into trading. Obviously, I wouldn't advise anyone to get into trading because it is super stressful. A lot of the times, especially when you are learning, it can be quite difficult. But I will always say you have to almost be delusional. You have to think you are the best. And thinking you're the best and thinking you're better than the markets are two completely different things. So thinking that you are better than markets will humble you, because you'll go into positions with crazy high risk, thinking that you can't possibly lose, or you'll go into multiple trades when you shouldn't be in those trades because you think you are unstoppable. This usually comes after winning streaks or beginner's luck. A lot of traders experience beginner's luck when they start trading and they win the first few trades or the first week and they think they're on top of the world, they're unbeatable. Then the markets will humble them and all those profits will no longer be profits and you'll most likely be in a loss. So that is what happens if you try and think you're better than the markets. But if you think you're just the best, I don't feel like there's any downsides, because I was going into trading knowing that I'm going to make money from trading. And there is one simple way to do this, and that is to go all in. I wouldn't advise people to go all in, but that is what worked for me. And you often see people that go all in seem to do very, very well, but only if you are in the situation to do so. You don't want to go all in if you have a family, kids, lots of expenses to pay, people depending on you, or maybe you can't afford 6 to 12 months of expenses with no work, obviously. I was in a situation where I was in college, I didn't have any expenses, I didn't have any children, I didn't have people relying on me. So what did I do? I was like, I don't need qualifications. I don't need a degree, I don't need A levels, I don't need any of this rubbish. I still think that's pointless unless you are being like a doctor or something that requires the qualification, and those are still high paid jobs, which is quite respectable, that you have to obviously get a degree for. But I knew that if this didn't work, I was going to have to probably go back, get qualifications, or get a minimum wage job and try and work my way up through experience. So I went all in. And the reason I went all in is because I know that if I put my mind to something, I will be the best at it. And that is what I did. So I knew straight away when I was starting trading and when I started taking it seriously that I am the best. And obviously that is completely delusional, because I obviously am not going to be the best trader, because if I'm the best trader, then I will never lose. If I'm the best trader, I'll make billions of dollars, like these top hedge fund traders or whatever. But I feel like you have to believe you are the best, or you have to believe you're better than anybody else, especially these losing traders. So if you're looking at the stats, and it might discourage a lot of people from actually pursuing trading as a career. People on social media often say, oh, well, it's such a hard industry because 99% of people actually fail. But 99% of traders fail, or whatever it is, 90%, whatever stat is going around nowadays. This is obviously of people that haven't put in all the work. The stat of people that have actually put in 100%, 110% of their effort into learning to trade. The percentage of people that failed, that have failed in that category would be probably, I'd probably say less than 50%. Because if you go all in and you never quit, you're technically never a failed trader. And I'm not saying that, if you're continuously losing money over years and years and years, that there isn't a time to call it quits, because there definitely is. You don't want to be just burning cash. The fire will just grow larger and there pretty much is no hope of salvaging it. And this can be the case for some people, if it just isn't there for them, because obviously not every career is for every type of person. There are definitely personality types that favor traders, probably people with less emotions, in my opinion, and from my experience. You can probably tell from most of my videos that when I'm in a trade, my face is just like, oh yeah, it's going up. Yeah, I'm up $20,000. That's because I put in my head that, I should be making this amount of money. I should be making $20,000 in a trade. That's completely normal for me. Why would I be super excited? Because that's what I got into trading to do. So now it's happening. I always thought it was going to happen. So it's not really out of the ordinary for me. So that's why you'll see me quite emotionless with these big days. When I made 50K in a day, my biggest day in trading, like 54K profit or something. I wasn't like super ecstatic, because I knew that this was pretty much normal, and this hopefully will be normal in the future too. But you often see people that have these big days or these big trading milestones that then get a massive ego. And this whole video is basically said, have an ego, but obviously you need to be humble too. You can think you're the best, you can think you're better than everybody else, but still be humble. It does kind of work. But I wouldn't go up to someone and say, oh, I'm so much better than you. You can't be a good trader because I'm the best. That's not what I mean by being the best trader. You have to think up here that you are the best trader. And in trading, the beauty of it is we're not against somebody else. It's not like in tennis where if you're the best, you can prove that you're the best. Because if you beat the world number one, or you beat everybody else in the tournament in a Grand Slam, then you technically are the best player, at that given time. Whereas in trading, the best thing about it is it's you against you. You're not against the markets, because the markets aren't going against you. They're not targeting us retail traders, although some might think so. But that is not, what they're setting out to do. It's us against us. So basically, it's us against our own emotions. It's us against our ability to control them. And if you think you are the best, you have full confidence in your trading plan, you have full confidence in your strategy, your risk management, and you'll be able to have more focus and be more clear in the decisions you're making when you are live trading, which as a result will benefit your profits, your performance, and ideally your state of mind after losing streaks, after winning streaks, because winning streaks can definitely affect you mentally a lot more than losing streaks because of the fact that you've won. So be delusional to a certain extent, and only be delusional and think you're the best if you're putting in the work to back up your thoughts. Otherwise, it's completely irrelevant and you might as well have quit.